Tumbleweeds.
Yeah. It's time. It is time.
Tumbleweeds and hay.
Tumbleweeds, dirt.
Red dirt.
Green dirt?
Red dirt.
Oh, red dirt. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I might be doing a little road trip. Because I got to lay eyes on you, PJ.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope you have a happy birthday. Enjoy yourself, PJ.
Sorry, I'm on the phone. And, just waiting on some of y'all to get on here. Just want to talk to you for a little bit tonight. See what's going on.
Take care of your health.
Sorry that y'all can hear
BJ
me.
in the hospital.
My friend, my sister, cousin on the phone. Hey, Sherilyn, how are you tonight?
Y'all take care of your health. You don't want to end up like
I'm going to tell my cousin I got to go. Let me call you right back. I'll call you back.
Okay.
All right. All right. So, hey, y'all. Sorry. Hey, Rachel. I just wanted to jump on loud, and I don't know why I have a hanger. I'm in my bed. I just kind of wanted to chit chat a little bit. Y'all feel free to ask me questions if you would like. But I'm making this video today because tomorrow, or I guess at like midnight, is the 5-year anniversary of my father's passing. So I've just been kind of thinking about him today, and just wanted to jump on YouTube and chit chat with you guys. My hair is a mess because I've been wearing my wigs, and so I didn't even comb my hair today because I worked at home. So Sherilyn says, I'm well. Today was my second day of 911 training. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Congratulations. I wonder, how's it all going? I know it's only your second day, so you can't really give like a really good like evaluation of the day or, what you're doing. But congratulations. I'm happy for you. Hopefully, some things kind of look and, sound a little bit familiar. Maybe they're using verbiage that you are familiar with, just kind of based on some of the things that we talked about. So, yay, that's exciting. That's cool. It's hot, y'all. It's hot with this hoodie on. But again, my hair is not combed. Okay. Geez, guys. Y'all have any questions? I know, hey, new person that just popped up. This is what I want to say. I like all my people to say hi. Because last time I did a live video, I found out that there was somebody creeping. I don't really want to say creeping because I shouldn't be like that. But I found out there was somebody watching, lurking, and wasn't, they didn't say hello or even, let us know that they were in the room. And yeah, if you were in here, you know that, we had a lot of people that were being insulting and rude the last time. So yeah, if you're here, just say hey, like wave at me or something. Even send an emoji, like a smiley face or a thumbs, whatever you want to send. I don't care. Just let me know you're in the room. Rachel says, honestly, I have no idea what that must be like. Sorry, I hope we can bring some light into your life today. It's a hard day. Thank you so much. It definitely was a lot harder at first, like 5 years ago. It still is hard now. But they, like people say, it gets easier. You start learning your new normal and what your new life is like. Hey, Donna. You start kind of learning your new normal and figuring out kind of how you have to move different, how people, how just everything is just a little bit different now that that person is no longer in your life or no longer alive. So it was definitely time, an adjustment. I don't want to say an adjustment, but it's been a huge transition. Like it's just been huge, just really trying to just keep myself grounded and leveled out. Because when it first occurred, like I said, it was 5 years ago. It was really unexpected when he passed away. And my brother was in prison. And so I felt like I had to go through all of that stuff by myself. It was freaking crazy. And, losing somebody is already hard, but when you have to lose somebody and you have to, kind of go through everything on your own, it's just like, I am not made for this. Okay. But you end up finding strength within yourself that you never even knew you had. Um, I mean, I think that experience in and of itself prepared me for so many other things in life, and just how to be a strong person, and just how to just remain calm and just remain close to those who love me. Like, just really learn who my support system was. Zombie Kisses. Hey, girl. Zombie Kisses 88 says, hey, Laura, or hi, Laura. I did my psych exam last week, and now I'm waiting to hear back from the agency for my yes or no. Hopefully a yes. She says, I hope I get the position. The waiting is torture. Yes, it is hard, waiting for anything. Like, waiting in general is like, it sucks. And if you're an impatient person like me, I'm so impatient. That's why I just tried to not rush through, but finish up all of my paperwork in the most expeditious time, because I could not even imagine waiting longer than what I had to already. So yeah. Sorry. Thank you, Zombie Kisses. It was 5 years ago. And so, I'm just, we still pushing through. And I mean, I think about my daddy like every day. Something will happen, and I'm like, man, my daddy would have cussed this person out. And my dad was a little crazy. Well, actually, he was a lot of crazy, and so I just inherited a little bit of his crazy. I inherited a little bit of his a lot of crazy, and a little bit of my mama's a lot of crazy, and so I'm just like regular. Because I think we all got a little bit of crazy in us. But when both of your parents are like my parents, like they both a little crazy, but I mean a lot of crazy, but like a different kind of a lot of crazy. Like my daddy was like crazy. Not crazy, but like was definitely the crazy uncle in the family, like would cuss you out, like anything like that, didn't care, was very outspoken, kind of said whatever he was feeling. Like I'm definitely that. I got that from him, no doubt in my mind. My daddy was like people say a damn fool. He was a damn fool. And then my mama, her kind of crazy is just like, I don't know. She kind of, that Tupac song. What is the song called? I don't even know what the song is called. I think it's Toss It Up. He said, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. But so like that's kind of how my mama is. Like when I think about my mama and kind of like how she is, like her kind of crazy. My mama is, I ain't a killer, but don't push me kind of crazy. And then my daddy is like a crazy, say anything. He want to say crazy. And then you mix them together and then you get me and you get my brother. Now my brother is like, I don't know. He probably more the I ain't a killer, but don't push me, but I'll kill you. Like kind of thing. Whereas he doesn't really like, my daddy was just like would flip at like go off and say whatever he wanted to say. And just like walk away and be done or continue to argue with you. My brother don't really do that. He just more the I ain't a killer, but don't push me, but I'll kill you, like for real. And then I'm more the I'm gonna say whatever I need to say to you, and then I'm gonna just walk away because I'm not gonna argue with you. But I'm like, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. And I don't want to kill you, but like don't even take me there. Like don't even make me mad enough to even think those thoughts. So definitely a mix of my mom and my daddy. Got lots of crazy ass stories about my daddy. Lots of them. I wasn't raised with my mom, so I don't have a whole lot of stories about her or like with her. I just know all of the crazies because those are what I can tell you. I got some comments. Okay, so Rachel says, I'm thinking of applying for a dispatch job soon, stressing over the stupid cover letter. Do people even do those anymore? Okay, Rachel, first off, don't stress about a cover letter for a dispatcher job because I don't even remember if I submitted a cover letter with my resume for a dispatcher job. I actually just applied online and didn't even need a cover letter. So don't stress yourself out. Go ahead, submit the application, and be done with it. If you still have questions about what your cover letter should look like, just Google, really, Laura? Google like a 911 dispatcher cover letter or something like that, and just kind of make modifications to it to, fit you and to fit what you needed to say. But don't stress out about that because I'm sure they don't even read it. Honestly, I'm like pretty sure they don't read it. I didn't even do one, so clearly they didn't read mine, and I got hired a couple of times. Zombie Kids is left. Girl, my parents was crazy. I mean, I just like when you just think about those two procreating, I'm just like, But the good thing is, they created two beautiful people, me and my brother. And even though we act like them and different versions of them, unfortunately, I also think that we got their best qualities. So we got some of their bad qualities for sure, but we definitely got some of their better qualities. Like my dad was a very helpful person. He was always trying to help people. Like he did so much stuff for people, like in our family. He did like home repair and stuff. And so I remember he would fix people's things for free a lot. And that reminds me so much of myself because I love helping people. I always want to help people in some capacity. It may not be fixing their things, but I just want to help them and try to help them make a difference. A difference in their lives. So, and I don't really know, like, I don't know if my mom is like if she's a helpful person. Like, I don't really know because I just don't know her like that. So yeah. Pooh Bear. Girl, I can't see. Pooh Bear K19 says my dad was a silent killer. Girl, my daddy wasn't silent though. Like that fool was loud. Like he was just so loud and just would like talk so much craziness to people, like would cuss you out, would like put you out the car. Seriously. Like I got put out the truck plenty of times. Because he was mad for nothing or probably mad at something that happened, 3 years prior, but he wouldn't take it out on you today. I remember like my dad used to fuss at us like so bad, like because he would be drinking and he would just be fussing at us like for nothing. And I remember I started talking back because I was like, you know what, Daddy? I got to go to school in the morning. Like I'm in elementary. I think about then I was in like middle school, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. He'd be fussing and I'd be like, dang, Daddy, I'm trying to go to sleep. Like, we got to go to school in the morning. You interrupted my sleep, my rest. Like, I got to rest so I can get these good grades that you want me to get. Like, don't expect me to get straight A's if you don't let me sleep at night. He was like, what the fuck? Like, where did you come from? Who are you? Like, why are you trying to negotiate things with me? Like, I'm just saying, like, you want me to make good grades, don't you? If I don't make good grades, you're going to fuss at me. But if I don't get no sleep, I'm not going to make good grades. So what you want to do? I still do people like that. Like, I used to negotiate with my teachers at school. I used to say, listen, like when I get in trouble, they're like, Laura, we're going to call your dad. And I was like, before you do that, like, what do we need to do? Like you and me, what can we do so that you don't have to call my dad? Like, cause he really doesn't need to know anything about this. And I used to negotiate with my teachers all the time. They were like, if you be quiet for the rest of the day, we won't call. Like, it's done. You won't hear anything else from me. I sit there quiet as a mouse the rest of the day. So they didn't call home. And some of the teachers had the nerve to still call. I pick up that phone, hello. And I'd be like, hello. They say, can we speak to Mr. Bryant? You had the wrong number. Bye. Hang up on them. Lord have mercy. Anyway, Zama Kissa says, both of my parents are from Baltimore, Maryland. Say no more. You said they were from Bmore. I heard about it. I used to live up there in Virginia, like in Northern Virginia, so I know Baltimore people cray. And my daddy is a retired drill instructor from the Marines, so yeah, I get the crazy, believe me. Girl, my daddy wasn't even in the military, but he was a fool growing up. Like they say, he was crazy. Him and my uncles used to like siphon gas out of cars. All kinds of stories. I didn't even know my daddy had a criminal record, right? Until like in 2005, my dad had a stroke. And so at one point, like after he got better and stuff, like I was trying to get him an apartment, like a public housing kind of apartment. And he couldn't because he had a criminal record. I was like, I didn't even know you had a criminal record. Like, what the heck? So yeah, he'd be getting folks, but luckily, beautiful old me changed his life, hopefully. That's what we like to think. So Rachel says there's no online application, just email this certain individual, but that is a good idea to Google it. Yeah, girl, that's different, but I would just do that. Go ahead and Google a cover letter or just kind of like what it looks like, public safety, and 911 dispatcher. Look that information up and see what you come up with and send your resume, girl. Don't waste your time. Don't waste time. Like if somebody has said, hey, email this person and you can get on or you can do this, like definitely follow their lead, follow their direction and do what you got to do. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So basic O says, hey, what's T, sis? Yeah, no, nothing. Is this my friend from Snapchat? I know you told me your name. I want to say Brandon. Is this Brandon? Tell me if that's you. I don't know what the T is today, but man, I can't tell y'all. I got some tea, but I'm going to say that for a story time. It don't have anything to do with care.com or nothing like that, but it's about family and sorry. Yeah, it's supposed to be a storm and it just kind of like got real windy and weird. Sorry, I get scared. But we got this crazy situation going on right now. And say it's like cray. And I really want to do a story time on it. And I got to make it just right because I think some of my family watches my videos. So, well, I know they do. Y'all better be watching my videos. Okay. But yeah, my family is some stuff going on. And then y'all, I got some really big news, like really, really big news that I can tell you all more about tomorrow. Like I'll know more information tomorrow. So hopefully I can share it with you all. But like it's major for me. It's major. So just wait. Rachel says, thanks, appreciate you and your positivity. Girl, you're so welcome. I wish that somebody like me was around when I had to take the criticality call test or, when I was applying to be a dispatcher, because I just kind of went on it on my own. I knew I wanted to do it and I just went for it and I got the job and I just was ready to kick ass at it. So if you determine you really want to do it, you really want to be a dispatcher, you really want to help people, but you really know how hard that it's going to be, like definitely go for it. Basic O says, you heard about that whole R. Kelly situation? That makes me itch. Man, I think everybody has heard about R. Kelly. And here's the thing. Here's what I got to say about that. the thing about R. Kelly is there is no justification for what he did. Like zero, zero, zero. It's not acceptable to have sexual relations with a minor. Ever. It's not okay. So that in and of itself is ridiculously nuts. The fact that people knew about this when he married Aaliyah, like way, way back in the day, people knew about this then and nothing was done about it. And he got, he got acquitted of the child pornography things, after that. But my thing of it is, like, with all of this stuff that's been going on lately, it's just like, handle stuff when it happens. Handle people when it's going down. And I know sometimes it's scary to, to talk, and it's scary to come forward with, whatever information you have. But if we as a people, if we teach our young people, if we just know within ourselves that if someone is victimizing us or doing something to us that is not right, we need to say something right then and there when the evidence is still there, when the proof is still like valid, when it's still, it always matters, guys. Like, don't hear what I'm not saying. But we need to have enough courage. We need to be courageous enough. We need to be strong enough to nip it in the bud right then and there when it's occurring or when it's happened. And not wait, if we don't have to, 20 years post. Because a lot of things get mixed up in translation in 20 years. Hell, a lot of things get mixed up in 20 days, in 20 minutes, in 20 seconds. You played the game telephone where you whisper something in one person's ear and then you take it down the line, and by the end of it, it's, something totally different. So we as women and as men, young men, we just have to be courageous enough to say something then, and to not allow people like that to victimize us for our entire lives. We just have to take hold of it. As scary as it is, because I've been a victim before, and as scary as it is, sometimes you just have to be strong, stronger than you ever thought you were, and go to the people who can help you and who can make a difference in your life. Period. We have to start standing up for ourselves or sticking up for ourselves when things happen, and not wait 20, 30 years later. Nope. Because if people would have took care of him or did what they needed to do 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, we wouldn't be dealing with the stuff that they're dealing with now. I promise you. That's it. That's all I got to say about that. Donna says, in training for call taker, do you take a lot of tests? It just depends on the agency. But I would say yes, I took quite a few tests because they want to make sure that you're retaining the knowledge. They want to make sure that and then you also are going to test for your certifications during your call taker training. So you'll test, like in Texas, we have TCO, the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement. You have to pass that test to be a basic telecommunicator. All states have a law enforcement commission. It's just called something different. And basically, in order to be a dispatcher, you have to pass the test in order to do so, to become a basic telecommunicator. And then after you've been a telecommunicator, basic one, for a certain amount of time, you have the opportunity to test to be an intermediate dispatcher and then advanced. But that's a long way away for you. But yeah, you do take several tests. Your first test will be for your state certification, as well as you should do CPR and you should do EMD if your agency cross trains you guys for that. He said she starts Monday. I'm excited and nervous. Yes, that's okay. You should be excited and you should be nervous because it's gonna be a lot of stuff. But like I say, one thing you need to know, just learn like geography. To me, I mean, geography is important. I mean, learning how to handle callers is definitely important for sure. Um, Learn how to control the caller is important. Learning how to keep your callers calm so they can give you the information that you need. But it's also important for you to know like your geography. You have to know like because people don't know where they be. Does that make sense? Yeah. People do not know where they are most of the time. You can't like I remember talking to somebody. I asked them what highway they were on, what freeway they were on. It was like they were on 35. I said, okay, 35 does not run through the city that I like through this city. Um, he's like, I'm on 35. Like the man was yelling at me. Sir, I'm looking at it on the map and it's saying that you're on 635. 635 and 35 are different like uh interstates. Like 635 goes east and west. I keep hearing these weird noises. I must have the door open in there. I gotta have the door open. Um, but 635 goes east and west is a loop around Dallas, and 35 goes north and south. So you sitting there telling me you going north on 635? That doesn't make sense to me. Like I don't understand that. So, I'm sitting there watching, looking at you on the map, and you arguing with me. So it's very important because if you would have put 35 in the address, then you would have, kind of created some chaos because we don't go to 35. And then that person's going to be mad at you because you're going to have to transfer them somewhere and you're going to be wasting time when you could have just told that Interstate 35 doesn't go through our city. Let me, I can look on the map and kind of tell where you are. Let me get you transferred to Dallas. Or let me get you transferred to Carrollton or Farmers Branch, somebody who could help you. People don't want to hear that. Learn your geography. Pretty important. Basic says period. Yeah, period. Like point blank. Duh. Done. How about the guy who just came out with the third tape? Like how he get the tape in the first place? So many crazy stuff. You know what? I think I saw that on TMZ today. And I was like, oh, wait a second. Like I heard about it on the news. And then when I saw that on TMZ, I was just like, you mean to tell me, I'm just going to set this up for y'all in case you ain't heard it. You mean to tell me that you, an ordinary man, is in your garage looking at sports tapes, VHS sports tapes. I think that's what they said. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. Anytime you might think I'm wrong, just let me know. Let me know on the side. Then you see one with R. Kelly. R. Kelly name on it. First of all, when did R. Kelly start playing sports? I'll wait. I didn't think so. I don't ever, except Space Jam. That's the only time I ever really remember R. Kelly doing sports. And I wouldn't even say he did sports on Space Jam, but it was a basketball movie and he believed he could fly. So I just equate R. Kelly, sports, Space Jam. So the fact that you have an R. Kelly tape mixed in with your sports clips, a little sketch mo, if you ask me. Then you put the tape in and you watched it. And you said that the girls in the video looked underdeveloped, which led you to believe that they were underage. Where did this tape come from? Let's be clear. It didn't just like pop up in this man's garage or wherever the heck he said it was. Like, I'm pretty sure that this man had some type of dealings with Robert in some capacity, or with some of Robert's people. And they was like, hey, hold on to this tape. I would have just put it in the trash compactor. If you ask me, that would have been smart, but who am I? How have you been doing? Basic, I've been okay. I've been all right. I ain't got too much to complain about. Like I say, I got some really big things popping. Some big things about to transpire. So I just can't wait to tell you guys. Like, it might not be shit to y'all, but for me, like, I'm pretty stoked about it. At first I don't know, I'm happy and sad and nervous. Like, anyway, I'm not about to reveal my secrets. So once I get all the deets tomorrow, I'll let y'all know. And then you say, yes, I kind of want to become a 911 operator for the Juicy Tea, but I got to remember it's a serious job. Yes. Look, that's funny you say that, because I always say that every 911 dispatcher is like nosy as hell. Like, we nosy as like nosy. And so it's really easy. I think sometimes it's really easy to get caught up in the drama maybe that's going on, but you realize that it's drama, but it ain't your drama. So you realize real quick that you got to help the person through whatever situation they're in. Some of it is tea, but some of it is sad. Like I said, I did NCIC, so I was an NCIC operator, and the agency that I worked in, NCIC operators, we were the ones to enter the protection orders into the system. So when we enter into FBI database, so if I had a protection order, if I was a protected person, if officer ran my name, the protection order would come up and show me as a protected person. Well, I was the person who entered that information into the FBI database. So you read stuff and it's like, whoa. Like, you'll take a 911 call. Like, the craziest part about it is sometimes you'll take a 911 call, like on a Tuesday, and then on the next day, on Wednesday, I'll be over at NCIC and I'll see the incident report and the protection order come in from the PD, from the police department. And it's just like, wow, like you already knew what happened, but now you know like everything that happened. You know what happened like the day before, like the days leading to the incident. You know, there might be photographs, and I mean, it's just so much. And it's like, you think you want to know it, and you know, you kind of do want to know, like, especially like when stuff is on TV, like you want to know all of that stuff. But then sometimes I wish I didn't know. Like, I'm like, I wish that I wouldn't have just read that, or I wish that, you know, I didn't know that about this person. So yeah, that's the hard part. It's like, you want the tea, but then you don't want the tea once it's made. You want to leave that junk on the counter. Be like, I'll come back another day for this, or pour it down the drain. Like, this tea I don't want. I don't want to serve this tea. So it's a basic O says exactly, so random how the guy got those tapes and now want to share to the public. Yes, like, I just was like, that's ridiculous, like straight up ridiculous. I don't know what that emoji. What, y'all? I cannot see. Oh, that's a tea. I was like, what emoji is that? That's the teacup. Forgive me. Charged to my head, not my heart. I told you I was having a little rough day. You know, I'm thinking about going to get my pink Moscato and have some of it while I talk to y'all. But I also feel like I want to do another video, but then I don't want to just stop. I don't want to stop this video and then go make another video. Like, that's stupid. So I think I just stay here and go get some wine while I talk to y'all. So Rachel says, myself current job as an aquatic director, I keep my pool safe and keep my staff trained and respond to emergencies. Been in the industry for 12 years. I've seen and dealt with some crazy stuff. Oh, I'm sure as an aquatic director, I know you done have. But when you become a 911 dispatcher, baby, like I thought that I had seen and heard of a lot of things because I worked in social services, nonprofit for, a long time. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's why I was hearing noises because the door open. I forgot I had left it open. Sorry, I had to come to another room so I could indulge. But yes, you hear lots of things, and so you're gonna be like, wait, did they just say that, or did that just happen, or did somebody just call about that? And you'll be very surprised. So, yeah, I gotta be careful because what I don't want to do is get no strike because I don't got on pants. Sorry, y'all didn't need to know that, but it's the truth. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna hear stuff on 911 that you have never heard before, like that you didn't even think people would call 911 about. Okay, like seriously, like when somebody called me one day, and this wasn't okay. I'm not gonna tell y'all the whole story on this one because not right now, because I don't feel like being sad about this. But we had got a call about a fire, and I think I may have shared this story time. If I did, just tell me down below, and I won't keep going. But I had a caller one day. We got a call about about a fire in an apartment, and was talking about, we had did the call and was done. Like we wasn't even worried about it no more. We called Care Flight because they asked us to call Care Flight because it was like only like everybody in the whole complex had got out, but it's like 2 people in one unit that were still inside. They couldn't get them out. And then once they did get them out, one person had to be care flighted. One person was deceased there on the scene. And so the person that they care flighted, they care flighted them to a hospital in Dallas. And sorry, I just really don't want to think about this. Got care flighted to a hospital in Dallas, and we found out, well, the hospital in Dallas called us and said, y'all need to get a detective here ASAP. Like, wait, what? The other person who was in the fire, who they transported via care flight, their throat was the slit. Like we were all like, wait a second. Like, what? We weren't ready for that. Like at all. And I think everybody in there was messed up that night. Because it was a child. So, I mean, we were all kind of just like, what in the world is going on? And so when you have stuff like that occurs, it just like, you just be a mess. And then you got to drink some wine after work because your head is all messed up because somebody just slit their kid's throat and set the building on fire. You're just not right days like that. Those are real stories. Like that's stuff that you might deal with as a 911 dispatcher, and you just got to be, I don't want to say you can't really be ready for that. Because when my friend picked up the phone, when she picked up the phone and that hospital told her that, she was not ready. Like she was not ready. We weren't ready. Like nobody was ready for that at all. So you be wanting the tea, but sometimes you wish, sometimes I be like, I wish that tea was wine. I don't want it. It's like good to know. That's why like with the story time videos, it's kind of hard for me to do them because it's like when I would hang up the phone when I would hang up the 911 call, that I legit try to forget about it, especially if it was bad. Like I don't want to remember that bad stuff. Who wants to remember bad stuff? I don't. Yeah, that is crazy. Like I say, I never heard anybody getting killed before, but somebody definitely called while there was an active, like there was a burglar in their home with a weapon. And you can't say certain things as a dispatcher because then you can get in trouble. So if I told a person, okay, for example, I think I've shared this before, but it's a different crew, I'm sure. So let's say that I had a caller call in and say that somebody was in their home and they had a gun. What should I do? I can't tell them to run outside. I can't do that. Like you have to tell them, I had to tell them, do whatever you need to do to keep yourself safe and out of danger. I cannot. And every agency is different, but I'm pretty sure like around the board, across the board, you can't do that. You cannot give people that kind of like, I don't want to say false hope because that's not false hope, but you can't tell them what to do in a situation like that. Because if I told a lady that's calling me, she says a man chasing after me with a knife, what should I do? And I tell her to go hide in the closet and don't move. And she goes and hides in that closet. And then that man comes in there and kills her. I've basically just sent her there to die. And I know in my heart that that's not what really happened. But when they hear the tape, like, I just told you to go in your closet and hide. And you can't do that. We just had to tell them, do whatever you need to do to keep yourself safe and out of danger. What does that mean? Like, and I say, is it a door or something? Like, is there a way for you to get out of the house if you feel that's an option? But I can't tell them what to do in a case like that. I can't ask them, do you have a door? Do you have a window? Yes, what do you want me to do? Whatever you need to do to keep yourself safe and out of danger. And I know people didn't want to hear that, but shoot, I said that all the time like a broken record. Whatever you need to do to keep yourself safe and out of danger, do it. Zombie Kisses says, I used to work in the ER department at my local hospital, so I would have to deal with all the 911 madness hands on as victims and patients. Shaking my head. Yes. Like when I first became a 911 dispatcher, I think I shared this in one of my videos. In the Dallas area, we have a bus and transit system called DART, Dallas Area Rapid Transit. And it kind of goes throughout the whole Metroplex. In some cities, the train or the buses go to. Some cities, they don't. The city I worked in, it actually is one of the cities that it stopped in. And legit, the first summer that I worked, like every day we had like a K2 overdose at the train station. Like somebody be passed out on the train tracks or, somebody passed out on the platform, or you might have a drug or heroin overdose in the park. Let's see, overdosing in the park, like crazy. Not even just K2, but cocaine, heroin, crack. I mean, just so many things. Like people they go buy the drugs and they just take them like right there, like wherever they get them from. Ooh, let me do this now. And they just take their drug and die. Crazy. So I can only imagine the hospitals because we get the calls and you're to see the people. Woo. Basically, it was like, I can already imagine me messing up and saying, girl, if you don't jump out that window and run for this, you crazy. I mean, you be wanting to say that, like, it's been plenty of calls that I've been on and I just really want to say, like, what the bitch? Like, move out the way. Like, do something different. Like, because what you're doing right now is clearly not working for you. But I can't say that. I just have to say, do whatever you need to do to keep yourself safe and out of danger. And be like, ma'am, are you okay? Ma'am, are you okay? You still there? And you just make sure they all right. Kimberly Warren says, I'm taking my critical test tomorrow and lightweight worried. Girl, don't be worried. Watch the critical video. It'll tell you exactly what's on the test, like what elements are on the test, and then just do it. Like it's really, guys, I passed that test I can't say like the city I worked in out loud. I passed that test 3 times, not 4, 3 times. I got hired at 3 agencies, but I took the test 4 times. And I passed it every single time I took it. The first time I took it, I passed it. And it really wasn't that hard. But to me, it wasn't that hard. But if you watch the video, I had a lot of people say I passed the test because I watched the video and it helped me prepare. Guys, I would not joke around with you about how easy the test was for me. And I got ADHD, so it's hard for me to sit down and take a test, okay? Let's just put that out there. I think some people get a little nervous during the part where they're having to read something on the screen and then somebody's talking in their ear. So when they're having to read something on the screen, you have somebody talking and then you're having to type something and then somebody else is talking. No, Jesus, I can't even think straight. I shouldn't have sipped that wine. It's that fast it happened. Just kidding. You'll have somebody talking, giving you an address and you're having to type that out, but then you'll have a beep that'll pop up in your ear, and then you'll have to read something and determine if you send the police, ambulance, or utilities. And you have to do that within a certain amount of time. So I would say that that's not hard, but that's probably a little challenging for most people, just because you're trying to listen to what the person is saying and type or click something different, but it's not that hard. And then the part where they actually say a number or a group of numbers and you have to type it out, that was the hardest part, but it's really not that hard. Just calm down, girl. Chill yourself out as best you can. That's going to help you a lot. She says, I took a dispatcher test a few years ago and failed, but I don't believe critical was the test. It was all scenario based. Yeah, critical. Like I said, I don't think it's really easy. I mean, I don't think it's really hard. So don't really stress out about that. Brandon says, hey, just completed my first week of training. Just curious, what are some annoying things that trainees do? Don't want to be that guy. Okay, let me start. Annoying things that trainees do. When, this is going to sound so rude, but whenever I wasn't never a CTO, like a training officer. I never trained or nothing like that. But when people would come in to do the observation, they would sit with me, or if their trainer wasn't there. So let's say, Julie is a trainer and she's not there that day. That means that their trainee can't answer phones. So they have to sit with somebody. They come sit with me for 8 hours on my shift. And one of the worst things I think ever happened in a case like that is I had a trainee start talking while I was on the call. And, I told them, you are live. And they knew that they were live. You're live and you can't talk. You can't gasp. You can't make any noises. Can't do nothing because I'm live on the call and I need you to shut up. Hey, shut up. So one of the things that people would do is annoy the heck out of me by asking questions like gasping or something like that during the process. That's annoying, Brandon. Don't do that. Do not ask questions during the process, like during phone calls, or don't gasp, but like, don't do that. Oh, thank you, All About Africa, and thank you for saying hello. I appreciate that. I really, really do. I really do. Let's see, what else is annoying about trainees? Trainees ask lots of questions. Not that that's annoying, because it's not annoying to ask questions, but it is annoying when you ask questions like, how do you know which way north is? Or, oh, syntax. So in dispatch, you have syntax. So that's just like a code, how you put things on a line. So if I want to run a license plate, I would do a query. I'm not going to go into all of the details of like the syntax, but it would be like QV space, license plate number space, blah, 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 space, officer, blah, 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 blah. Trainees will be like, oh, you didn't do that right. I'm like, what do you mean I didn't do that right? It's like, oh, well, you missed this. And I'm like, okay. So I'll go and do what they said. And I had a trainee that did that, and I did what they said, and it didn't come up. And they're like, oh, that didn't work. And I said, yeah, because that's not right. I know what I'm doing. Sometimes trainees, like and I don't want to get too deep in this because it just might be specific to people. But one thing I will say, because a lot of dispatchers have been there for a long time, you either have people have been there a really short period of time or people that have been there a long time. And one of the things that people say is like trainees are like really like excited and happy and like, oh yeah, it's my first day, I'm a trainee. Whilst that is great to be enthusiastic about your job, when you work in a highly stressful place, nobody really wants to hear all of that. Like, it's good to be happy, like, because I'm a happy person, but I didn't go into work like, yeah, it's me, and then hey, somebody just got murdered on so and so's call or whatever the case. So it's okay to be happy, but just don't be going up in there like doing cartwheels and shit every day, because people ain't gonna like that. I hope that was helpful. I'll try to think some other things. Maybe I can make a video on like annoying things that trainees do. I just have to think about it. Let's see. Kimberly. Okay, thank you. I'm going to watch. Yay. I got bad ADD plus no direction since it all. I'm on my left and right. Okay. The ADD ain't a problem. I actually found that working in dispatch just really helped me so much because I had to focus, first of all, but it's like I'm like a extreme multitasker because of my ADHD. And the fact that when I was an NCIC dispatcher, I had 8 monitors, 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom. I had like 4 different keyboards. I had 4 different mice. I had my, you have your headset, and then you have like a little clicker on the side of your headset that you can push, or you have a pedal. You have 2 pedals down on the floor that you can push to, talk out on your radio. So you always have something to do. Your chairs usually roll and turn like this. So you be like, doing this, and you hear something click in your ear, and you look on the radio. Let me point. You look at the monitor that the radio channels are on and see which officer it was that clicked or keyed up and didn't say nothing. You'd be like, 3 Adam 1, are you there? 3 Adam 1, did you have traffic? What the hell you want 3 Adam 1 because you keyed up? If 3 Adam 1 doesn't respond, then I ask 3 Adam 1, did you have traffic? Not like that, but 3 Adam 1, did you have traffic? 3 Adam 1 don't go. I'll let because the NCIC is a little different, but I would let a PD police dispatcher know, hey, I called 3 Adam 1. Is he on your channel? Because he asked me, like, I usually don't call for people unless they're asking me for something. So if somebody keyed up and said, hey, can you run me one all the way? I run one all the way. When I call him back out, 3 Adam 1, answer like, what, why? And then when I get random clicks on NCIC, that's also a little different because they're not supposed to just be on the NCIC channel like that. So if they ended up like in a foot pursuit or something like a subject ran, then I would have to like take the foot pursuit. And I'm an NCIC operator. And that was always like my biggest fear because you don't really do pursuits on NCIC. You just do run background investigations. You run records, not all of that other stuff. Anyway, see. Donna says, what made you switch to so many agencies? Is this a job someone would want to retire from? So I didn't switch from many agencies. I first applied to work as a 911 dispatcher for the city of Dallas. When I applied, it was in the middle of, like, there was some 911 operator that had gotten terminated because of a call that she took. And from what I understood of the call, she did seemingly what she was trained or told to do. But because PD eventually found the person deceased in their home, the dispatcher ended up getting in trouble. Now, sure that there are more details to the story, but I knew I didn't want to work there because I didn't want to be dealing with lots of people getting killed. So I decided to apply for an agency that was in the Metroplex, but not in the city of Dallas. I have said that I am not going to disclose the agency that I worked for. There have been some people who have actually applied to work for that agency on this channel. So that's been pretty cool. Even when they tell me, oh, I applied to work for such and such, I don't ever say anything to them. Oh, that's where I worked or anything like that. I just, be like, oh, that's cool. You just gotta leave it that way. So then after I left my dispatcher job that I had been at for over a year and a half, I worked at a nonprofit and then I got laid off like after 6 months. And so I think that's probably right around the time I started making these videos, like before I got laid off. And then as I was making all of these 911 videos, I decided, why not start the process again? Like, I didn't have a job. And so I was like, I need to do something. And I know that I'm a good 911 dispatcher and I'm telling you guys how to go through the process. So why not go through the process myself? So I took a CritiCall test for DART, which is Dallas Area Rapid Transit. And then also for the hospital system, like a Baylor hospital system or Baylor Scott and White. So I actually got hired in Dallas and did not accept the offer. Got hired at the agency that I worked there. I left there for the nonprofit job, got laid off of that job, then applied for a dispatcher job for DART as well as Baylor Scott and White. Baylor Scott and White I did not have to do CritiCall for. So my 3 tests were from Dallas, the city I work for, and for DART. And then I got job offers from DART as well as Baylor. But I ended up going back into nonprofit because it's really what I love, and it's what I love the most. I love 911, but I love nonprofit management just like way more. So yeah, and I get to smile at work and be happy, and I can tell people thank you, and I couldn't do that as a dispatcher. Let's see. Donna says, I'm sorry, one more question. Girl, don't be sorry. You good. As long as I'm on here, you can ask me questions. I'll probably be getting off soon because I've been on here almost an hour and I mean, gosh, I do have other stuff to do. Not really. What shift do they generally start you off with after training? So the agency that I worked in, you are assigned the shift. So when I did my on-the-job training, you do your on-the-job training with your CTO, which is your trainer, and you take whatever shift they have. You take their shift, their on and off days. But once I was released, you can do like a bid, like they ask you what shift you prefer and what days off you prefer. That doesn't mean you're going to get them. So I chose the morning Come on, girl. I chose the morning shift 7 to 3. I ended up getting mid shift 3 to 11. And once I was on my own, my trainer, she worked mid shift 3 to 11. So then I got assigned to work mid shift 3 to 11, and my days off as a call taker were Thursday and Friday. And everybody was jealous of me. I was like, don't be jealous of me. Just be happy for me, because you know that's going to change. And it did when I went to NCIC, and my days off are Monday and Tuesday. But I was on the morning shift, and I worked like 7 to 3. So that was kind of good. But I was off on like dumb days, Monday and Tuesday. But then, like on the weekends, I just couldn't go to church. But, nothing happens like early in the day on the weekend. So I still got to do things. So yeah, hope that was helpful. Again, thank you, All About Africa, for your smart chats. I appreciate that a lot. Kimberly says, agree, Rachel B. I could do 100 things at once and no problem. Yeah, if you can do that, because there have been times people will call 911. They'll be like, you'll answer the phone, whatever, 911, what's the address of the emergency? They'll be like, Lincoln, Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska. Okay, so you need 911 in Lincoln, Nebraska? Yeah. And so those cities aren't programmed into our phone system. So you got to get on your computer, your internet computer, which is what the agency I was at top. Get on there, look up like non-emergency police, Lincoln, Nebraska. Look that up. You call them on 3-way. Push all the buttons you got to push. Like, it's just such a nuisance to have to call another city's 911. Oh my gosh. Jeez. It's cray-cray. Anyway. So yeah. All that to say. Basico, when being a dispatcher, is it like Law and Order the show, or are they feeding us BS? Law and Order the show. I never felt, no, it's not like that, because Law and Order, the thing about the TV shows versus like real life is that in a television show, you're going to have your crime committed. The crime is going to be committed and solved within the 43 minutes that the show is airing and the hour time slot. Everything's going to be solved pretty much from the beginning to the end. You're going to find out what happened, unless it's a to be continued, and then you'll find out on the next episode. But the actual reality is that crimes are not generally solved that quickly, like ever really. And so, you don't really find out what happens right away. You might have an officer on the scene of a crime for like 5 hours. The call ticket be open for 5 hours because they're doing investigating and things like that. So it's not really like TV. Sometimes the calls on TV, or typically the calls on TV, are super extreme, like extreme, like ridiculously extreme. And those things don't normally happen. Extreme stuff, of course, you get extreme things that occur. Like one day I had a guy who was, he had a boat in his backyard, like in his driveway, had a boat, and he told me he was doing something and it rolled on him. So it literally was like on his leg, and he couldn't like move the boat because, it's got the wheels or whatever. And I think he moved like the little block. I don't know. But he was trapped underneath his boat. Like you're trapped under the boat in your driveway. Okay. So, I mean, luckily he had the opportunity, he could call me. So yeah, you never know what you're gonna hear when you pick up that phone. Like, trust me, you never know what you're gonna hear. Usually it's a car wreck or a disturbance, but you might get some random stuff sometimes. What are your favorite movies and shows at the moment? Ooh, good question. Favorite movie ever is Baps. If you never seen Baps, it's real funny, real ratchet, real great, real good. Like, I love that movie. It's a hot mess-a-thon. Like, oh my gosh. So that, Dreamgirls, and then Rent are my favorite movies. Actually, I don't really watch a lot of movies, but today, when I got off of work, I watched Acrimony, and that was pretty good. I think I still have like 10 minutes of it to go. But it's been pretty good. It was a crazy movie, but it was good. Your favorite shows at the moment? So let me take out my phone because Hulu is a girl best friend, and your girl loves a good medical drama. So love me some Grey's Anatomy. Seen every episode of Grey's Anatomy. Most of them between seasons 1 and 10, I've seen twice, at least 2-3 times. Some. Love Grey's. Look, yeah, my mama is calling me right now. Hello.
Hey,
hello, Mother. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm well, thank you.
What are you doing?
I'm just working on my YouTube channel.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you was at work.
I'm at home working on my channel. I'll call you back when I get done, unless it was something pressing.
No, it wasn't anything pressing. I was calling you to see how you doing and what you was doing and how was your day.
Okay. Well, I'm just working on my YouTube channel, and I'm great, and my day was good. But I'll call you back when I'm done.
You on there live?
No.
Oh, it's under Lala Bryant.
I don't want you to watch it right now. But yes, it's my name. You can do whatever you want to do. I don't care.
Okay. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye. I lied. Anyway, so I don't want her watching my channel. Anyway, okay, so some of my favorite shows right now. One of my favorite funny shows is The Cool Kids. Like, if you have never watched this show, The Cool Kids, like, you're missing out, because The Cool Kids is freaking hilarious. So if ever I need to laugh about something, I just got to go watch The Cool Kids. Definitely check that out. I think it comes on Friday or Saturday on ABC or Fox, but I watch it on Hulu. Also, man, one of my favorite shows that I binge watched, and I've seen like every episode now, and I'm kind of mad because I caught up, is The Blind Spot. Now, I don't know if y'all ever seen The Blind Spot, but this girl right here, her name is Jane Doe. She got these tattoos. Well, they found Jane Doe, the FBI did, in the middle of Times Square in a Ziploc duffel bag covered in these tattoos. That is the premise of the show. I don't want to give it away. I won't give it away or anything like that. But if you like a good mystery, a good show, like a good something to figure out, definitely watch The Blind Spot. Let's see, what zombie kisses you love best, girl. Maybe that's why I like you. We like spirit animals. Love me some Babs. Can watch it like 50 million times. 11 times and be fine. Yeah, that was my mama. So, hey, mama, if you watching this, because I have a feeling that you are. Let's see. Pooh Bear said, never saw that one. I'll check it out, though. what's that? The Cool Kids. Yeah, Cool Kids is cool. I love Cool Kids. Okay. Station 19. Like I told you, I like Grey's Anatomy. Station 19 is a spinoff from Grey's with Warren, which is Bailey's husband. So I like Station 19. It's cool, but I don't think they're gonna pick it up for another season. They might, but I feel like it's kind of getting slow. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about that. One of my other favorite shows. Look, it's a lot of them, so I'm glad you asked this, Basico, because I'm a TV head. The Good Doctor. The Good Doctor is so freaking good. I love a show. Man, and yesterday I think I was watching, was it Jimmy Kimmel or one of those late night shows? And he was on here. This is Sean. And you know he is English. Like, so on this show, he's autistic. He's an autistic surgeon, a surgical resident. But in real life, he's British. So that was so peculiar for me to hear. Anyway, of course, like I said, Grey's, which is probably like my number one show. But again, it's slowing down a little bit too. And I think it's because it's been 15 seasons. So yeah. Next show, look, Pooh Bear said, Pooh Bear Burke. How have you said that? I'm just gonna call you Pooh Bear. You say you love all medical shows. Look, so here go another one. The Resident. At first, I really wasn't into The Resident. Okay, come on, screen. I wasn't really into The Resident because I really didn't want to watch it. But once I did start watching it, I was like, why haven't I been watching this show? Like that. And then this one, New Amsterdam. You watch this one too? New Amsterdam is pretty good. I like that one. I like all of the Chicago's. So Chicago Med, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, and then Law and Order SVU. I also like when they do like the what do you call those? What do they call, like the crossover episodes? Yeah, I like the crossover episodes. Law and Order SVU. I think everybody watched that at some point. And then The Rookie. I love The Rookie. Hey, I think that it came on yesterday. No, it didn't. Anyway, Rookie. And then I did like The Masked Singer. I really did enjoy The Masked Singer. My 600-Pound Life. I love that show. Except they sound so sad all the time. But my absolute most favorite show that has been on this season is, y'all ready? Can I get a drum roll? Gosh, and I can't even make it big. Whoa. If y'all haven't seen this show, go check it out. Manifest. Whoa, what is that blinking? Okay. Manifest is by far one of the best shows that I have seen in a long time. Man, Manifest is about this flight. I'm just going to set it up for you. I'm going to tell you everything that happened. Manifest is about a flight that took off from Montego Bay, Jamaica. They took off from Montego Bay, and then you see like all of this freaking turbulence. Like, I mean, it was so bad. It wasn't like what I saw on that plane. I had never ever gone through on a flight, and if I ever did, I wouldn't fly no more. Like, forget that. But it is about this flight, and how do I say this without saying everything? Basically, the flight, after the turbulence happens, like everything steadies off, and they give their traffic signal, and they do the signal or whatever, and you know he's saying he's ready to land or whatever, and the air traffic controller is like, can you repeat your flight number? And he said it, and they rerouted them to another, place or whatnot. And turns out that plane had been missing for 5.5 years, and everybody on the flight was presumed dead. So imagine you being on a flight, they never find any wreckage or anything. The people who got off of the plane, you know, like it was 5.5 years later, they hadn't aged a bit, as if it was still like the same day. Like it's man. So without going into too many details about the show, if you want a good mystery, if you want to watch something and like not know what the hell is gonna happen next, definitely check out Manifest. It is the bomb. Oh, and I forgot about this one. This is one of my favorite shows too. Oh, y'all, I watch too much TV. Too much. 60 Days In. Do y'all watch 60 Days In? I feel like I just need to do a series on this season of 60 Days In, because this season of 60 Days In was a hot messathon, but it was good. Like, it was juicy. You start talking about that tea. I couldn't keep it in. It was just so good. Definitely 60 Days In is probably my favorite crime show. And then Manifest. Well, it's gone off now. That was my favorite show, but like now I don't have a favorite show because Manifest is freaking gone off. Anyway. So Pooh Bear says, we about to be show buddies. I watch everything except Cool Kids, which I will check out. You got to check out the Cool Kids. If you want to laugh, and it's only 30 minutes. So it's like 20 some minutes. Like I got Hulu with the free commercials or the no commercials. So like 20 something minutes, and it's gonna be funny the whole time. Like they got this one little character on there named Sid. He's like a little short white gay guy, and he is off the chain. And you got David Allen Greer. He's pretty funny. And then I can't remember the lady's name, but she's the woman who played in Mama's Family or All in the Family. Her name was Mama. I just remember the Archie Bunker, that show maybe. All in the Family. That lady, Mama. She on that show is funny. It's just hilarious. I love it. My husband said, This Is Us. You know, I heard that was a good show, This Is Us, but I just cannot get it. Like, I think I started watching the first episode and I just could not get through it, like just the first few minutes of it. Like, I'm one of those people, if it doesn't get me in the first like 5 minutes, like I'm probably gonna fall asleep. And I think that happened on This Is Us. But maybe I'll try it again because I hear great things about that show. Zombie Kisses says, my dad's trying to get me to watch this new show called Tobro. Like, I think I saw a preview for that on either A&E or Lifetime, one of those two. Kind of reminds me of Dr. Pimple Popper. And I'm sorry, but I'm not about to watch people get their boils lanced or nothing like that. I don't want to see you get your boils drained. I don't want to see no wart. I don't want to see stuff oozing out of your bumps. Like, I don't want to do that. So any shows with that involved, I don't want to watch them. But I'll watch some Night Watch or live surgeries or something like that. But baby, you start talking about busting bumps and seeing things ooze out or cutting toenails off, like I don't want any parts of it. I don't like feet. I don't like toes. I don't like toe jam. Like, the craziest part of my life right now is I'm doing a foot peel because I've seen so many of them on YouTube. And I was like, oh, I want to do this foot peel because I have like the worst feet. In my opinion, they may not be the worst in real life, but to me, they are. Let's just say that I'm not going to show y'all my feet right now because they peeling like everywhere. It's crazy. It's disgusting. But I will show it on my channel at some point if I have enough courage to do that, because I don't want to put my feet on YouTube looking like this because they look disgusting right now. Like, if somebody tried to suck these toes, they'll look at them and be like, ah! So I got to put them away. I hope these 14 days go by fast. I did this on Saturday morning. Or was it Sunday morning? It was Saturday morning, Saturday. So it's been 3 days, tomorrow be 4. So I think the big peeling will start out pretty soon. But it's definitely peeling already. Like one foot probably a little more than the others. Freaking disgusting. He said the Illuminati is behind it, period. Oh my gosh. Like, you talking about Manifest or you talking about the Toe Bro? I think you're talking about Manifest because that's the only thing that makes sense. You like Dr. Pimple Popper? Hell no. Sorry. Girl, that Dr. Pimple Popper. All I know is I saw like somebody had like a keloid. Keloids scare me. I pray that I don't ever get a keloid. Keloids scare the tar out of me. Like, especially ones that are like dangling behind your ear that's like sticks out like that, that's bigger than the ear. Like I'm just so nervous. Like, not that anybody ever did anything to me with a keloid, but I'm just nervous because that just seems so like it look like it hurts. And say I'm not with the feet. Basically, you like me too, but I can't with that busted pimples. Watching pimples get busted open, I cannot either. And some people they like that. Like, they like to pop people's pimples. Like, it was this girl I went to middle school with. You know, in middle school, everybody got acne except your girl. I never went through that phase in life. Thank you, Jesus. But they used to like pop people's zits. Like, ain't no way I'm gonna pop somebody else's zit. Like, my best friend in middle school and high school, she was Mexican and Filipino. And I think we just taught each other so many different things about our cultures. Just because I had never really been around people other than Black people, and she had never really been, and she'd been around Mexicans and Filipino, but you know, she'd never really been around Black people like that. And so she just taught me so much, like even about like tanning. She's like, let's go lay out. I'm like, okay. And we put all of this banana boat, what do you call that? Dumbass stuff. Tanning oil. We put all this banana boat tanning oil on us. We look like we was ready to get greased down, like on the first day of school when your parents put the grease on you, or the Vaseline on you themselves to make sure that you was good. Now, we didn't put no sunscreen. We put on banana boat tanning oil because my friend is Hispanic and Filipino. So she was like, oh, I want to tan. And I was like, I don't really know what tanning is, but we can do it because I'm your friend and I got you. Babe, you know, I live in Texas and it's about 1,000 degrees a day outside. And this week in particular was a heat wave. So it was like 1,002 degrees, like 112 every day like that. Man, we put that banana boat stuff on. I rubbed it all over me. And we laid in that chair at the pool, like the lounge chair. Baby, I said, who not about to sit out here and cook is me. Bye, Felicia. And I jumped in the swimming pool. I said, I don't see how y'all do this. Like, you literally sit here and let your skin cook, because that's what it's like. It's almost like you putting a pot of water on the stove, and you know how you can see it simmering at the bottom, like it's about to start boiling? That's what it felt like tanning when I was tanning. Felt like my skin was boiling because I had put oil on it to cook it like fish grease. Oh, Lord, it was too much. And then she used to pick the chemical burns out of my scalp. She used to pick the chemical burns out of my scalp like after I got a relaxer. That's how you know you're a true friend. When you comb out your chemical burns. She liked it, though. That's some Dr. Pimple Popper stuff. All that to say. How keloids make you uncomfortable. Yeah, it's just different. Like, I don't know what it is about keloids. I've always been afraid that I'm gonna have one. And I don't want people to stare at it if I did. So, You said sunscreen? No, honey, it wasn't sunscreen. It was sun come to me. Wasn't no type of protection. I don't think it was any SPF in that stuff. Basically said, I seen a girl Had a cyst on her neck the size of a tennis ball. See, that kind of stuff is scary, man. I don't want to watch it. Like, it made me squeamish. Like, get the heebie-jeebies. Megan says, I live in Texas too. Hey, Texas girls in the house. I'm so lame. What time is it? It's 9:25. Y'all got this door open. You can hear everything out there. Lord have mercy. Basic Go says, right, I ain't about to be no fried chicken out here in these streets. I feel you. Like, I felt like, listen, say, I felt like your girl was about to be extra crispy that day. She was. I was about to be extra crispy. And I couldn't go out like that. I just couldn't do it. So, I learned that my culture, culture of people, we just don't do that. We don't tan out. Pooh Bear says, do you ever watch 911? Yes, I did, but it's been on this like long hiatus. So it's supposed to come back next week, I think. I actually did a reaction video to an episode of 911. You should check it out in my videos. Now that they have a different like dispatcher in that show, I feel like they do a lot more about the 911 dispatcher just because that girl was new. She had never done the job before. And of course, it didn't take you through all of the steps. But there was one episode where they, kind of did a fairly decent job at giving you information regarding that show. So I like 911. I'm ready for it to come back next week. Maybe I'll do a review. But it is so hard to do those types of reviews because of copyrights. And then you have to try to download the video and then like edit it and then edit it within enough time so that it's not like copyright. Like, it's just so much I might try. Yeah, maybe I'll do like a live video. How long do you think Will GA? Hey, Will, I ain't seen you in a while. What's been up? Says, how long do you think it should take them to run my background check? I got it turned in on Monday and I'm pretty nervous. The thing with the background check is that not only they do like run a criminal check on you or whatnot, they also, that's when they check all of your references. They call all of your employers. So if they call a reference or send them an email or send them something in the mail and your reference doesn't get back to them like promptly, then that can cause a delay. So I wouldn't get nervous about a background check delay if you know you don't have anything in your background. Now, if you have like a criminal history and you're nervous about it, then no shit, Sherlock. Like, that's why you're nervous about it, because you got criminal history. If you don't have criminal history or anything like that, then you don't. I wouldn't be too worried. I would, though, however, tell the people who I put down as references, I would just send them a little text or a call, but like, hey, if you get something from a police department or from law, whoever, go ahead and take that because that's for me, because I need that job. I need to make these money. So just let them know that. But you should be fine. Thanks, Will. Tommy Kisser says, LOL, no, Laura. You was outside trying to crisp up with your friend. That's funny. Baby, I didn't know I was black. I didn't know I had already tanned in the womb. I mean, I knew I was black, but I didn't know that we just don't do that. We don't really tan. Like, I have a cousin, some really fair-skinned family members. And, in the summertime, they get kind of dark, like caramel. They get like caramel. But I mean, I'm already paper sack brown, so I'm good. I try to stay out the sun because my NW is 45 during the year, and I don't need to be NW 50 in the summertime. This last year, I wore the same color foundation the whole year. Melanin popping. You said in basic, is awesome. American Horror Story is awesome in my book, top 5. I just can't get into that American Horror Story. Like, my best friend, Crystal, she likes that. I just don't. I don't like that. I never even really watched the episode of it, to be completely honest with you. But just the name of it, just kind of like, I don't want to watch nothing called American Horror Story. But maybe I shouldn't judge a book by its cover and try. I don't know. So Will says, my only problem with my background is few jobs I had when I was 18 or 19. I didn't stay for long. My references I'll say they haven't called any other yet. Things. Oh yeah. Don't worry about that. Like, I mean, they just want to see that you put everything like as much as you could. Like, I think that when you filling out that background investigation, they're looking at your integrity. They're looking at how honest you've been, or you are being. So when you say you had a few jobs when you were 18 and 19, if you don't know them, then you can't do it. Like, I remember when I applied for the agency that I worked at, in my background investigation, they told me that they had found a job. It was like, did you ever work at Kroger? Because we show you working there this time to this time. I was like, oh, shoot, I forgot about that. Yeah, I worked there when I was a senior in high school. And, you know, she was like, okay. And it matched the years that I told her. I was like, I just forgot. So you just, you know, put what you can remember. You can't help what you can't remember. That's okay. So I need to watch The Office. I heard that because my best friend, she watches The Office all the time, like all the time. And I want to understand what she be saying, but like, I'll have to try it. Or Parks and Rec. I heard Parks and Rec was pretty funny too. I like funny stuff, but I can't watch like a funny, like, is The Office an hour? Because if The Office an hour, I can't watch it. I like to watch mystery things for an hour, not stuff like that. Anyway, guys, it's been an hour and a half, and it's been real. And I appreciate y'all for sticking here. Appreciate y'all for talking to me. Hey, Maddie. And like I was telling y'all in the beginning of the video, it's just that tomorrow will be 5 years since I lost my dad. So, you know, I just really been, you know, having a little day. But, you know, tomorrow's going to be okay. You know, it's not going to change anything. It's just another day that he's been gone. But, you know, on these anniversaries, you start to miss them. You start to think about them a little bit more. So just remember your girl tomorrow while I have my wine. And listen to stories. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that. And hey, Kenyatta, that's my sister. Yeah, that's my sister. That's my sister. Mama just called me while I was on the video, while I was live. So, yeah, I was telling them, Kenyatta, that I was a little bit like my daddy and a little bit like my mama. That I got a little bit of crazy from my daddy and a little bit of crazy from my mom, and it's a different kind of crazy because they were both just a different kind of crazy. They both are. Well, he was a different kind of crazy than she is. So, yes, she says true. I ain't lying. So, yeah. KP! Sorry, girl. Okay, Will's already there. I will call her. I'll probably call her either today or tomorrow. I think she's going to be telling me she's trying to come. Like I told you, I got a big announcement tomorrow, and I told her the announcement. I already told her what it is, so I feel like she's going to try to, like, talk me out or, like, you know, to say different stuff. But I ain't changing my mind. Hey, Amanda. Hey. Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate that. Sorry, y'all. I'm just kind of like lingering. I'm trying not to hang up. Just trying to give y'all any last moments to ask any questions that you may have before I disconnect. Yay, everybody. Amanda passed her critical test. Congratulations, girlie. I wish I knew how to do certain things on here, but I don't. Well, let's see. How do I do this? I totally thought your big news maybe about pregnancy, but I know it's not because you said, girl, I'm pregnant. Girl, no. I don't want kids. Ooh, Lord, girl, that hurt my spirit when you said that. Ooh. Oh, sorry, this scared me with that door open. Pregnancy? Girl, I am too outdone. Girl, that kind of took me out. Hold on. That's a baby? Girl, no. My sister would probably be happy, but I would be devastated. It would be like, no, why, man? Mm-mm. I'm living my best life. See, look, I knew she was gonna say something. It's like I need one. No, I don't. My brother and my sister, they have enough for me and them both. I am good, I promise. Girl, yes, I'm drinking this wine. She said, I remember my dream. No, I don't remember no dream, girl. Listen, we're not about to have this conversation about me and no babies. That is not my big news. And it ain't going to be my big news. If I ever do a pregnancy announcement on this YouTube channel, just know that it is with fear and trembling. And it is like, y'all say, I swear by this app right here. Wait, I can't even see it. I swear by the Flow app. Because the Flow app ensures that I get my period on time. Well, it helps me to know when it's supposed to come. Because I don't got time for that, y'all. So in 14 days, see, I can't even, like, you can't really see this good. In 14 days, something has to happen in those 14 days. I can't make no pregnancy announcement to y'all. Anyway, on that note, Zombie, I thought we was cool. Zombie Kisses, we was like a kindred spirit. My spirit animal. She's talk about these kids, girl. That made my eggs hurt in my womb, girl. We still cool. Just don't say the K word. Don't say the K word, kids. Oh, no. But y'all know I love the kids. I got my own business where I provide after-hour childcare for kids. That's why I don't want none. Between them and my 11 nieces and nephews and my younger brother, that fool did it. I'm good, y'all. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here. Marty Ma love the kids. Girl, Marty Ma love the kids. And Lottie love the kids too. But Lottie don't love to have the kids. Like, woo! God, no. On that note, let me let y'all go to sleep. And I will talk to y'all soon. I can't wait to do my big announcement. I got to tell my sister. I'm about to text you because I don't even think I've told you this. So I'm going to text you, sister, so I can tell you my big news before I announce it on my channel, because I hate for you to find out like that because that's rude, right? But I love you. Bye, guys.